president of the Sport Fishing Association in California. Our association represents all the commercial boat companies in Southern California, and now we've extended our invitation to Mexico to join our association. I first of all need to thank my friend Juan Acerero. He's the president of the Sinaloa Association, Sport Fishing, and our association, we've made several visits to Mazatlán, and I have to tell you what we see in Mazatlán is not what we hear in the United States. So this has been a tremendous amount of work, and I thank Juan again for all of his efforts. He has spent hundreds of hours putting this together. But when we returned to the United States after our last trip, the Secretary of Tourism took the time to spend 2 days with me and our delegation about 4 weeks ago touring Mazatlán, so we could see for ourselves before we went back to San Diego what's Mazatlán like now, not what we hear. The Secretary did just an outstanding job explaining the vision for the future of Mazatlán. And when we left, we were very compelled that that's the same vision we have. Cruise ships, yachting, public visiting Mazatlán, yachting events, sport fishing. Our association is not just sport fishing, it's marine recreation, it's tourism. So we went to our board of directors and said, we would like to go to Mazatlán again, but this time we want to do something. We don't want to just visit. We want to go there and we want to do something that's going to change what's going on in the perception of the American public. So we met with the Port of San Diego, and we'll do some introductions in just a few minutes, but the Port of San Diego's chairman of the board came here. He's with us. The vice president of the Port of San Diego, Randa Caniglio, she's with us. She's in charge of cruise ships and maritime operations. The police chief for the Port of San Diego came here. Who better to tell the American public about the safety here than the police chief? We have Sharon Clowder here. She's the president of the San Diego Business Association for our port. They do hundreds of companies that do business that visits Mexico. We also brought Ed Plant with us. Ed, he's a business leader in our port. He's interested in commerce, in the vegetable operations. What can be shipped from your port to San Diego? Everything that we've been looking at here is how do we work together to bring business? And what's in it for us is business, what's in it for you is business, but you know, what the first step, I think, is to educate the public on what we're seeing. So we also invited Pete Gray, who's a very, very well-known radio talk show host in the Western United States. Pete has one of the biggest, if not the biggest, following of listeners on the weekend. And our thought was, once we finish this tour, tomorrow morning, we're going to go do a live radio show from Mazatlán and tell the world what we saw. And we think that's probably the most powerful message, the best thing to do the right thing to set the record straight. And we think after that, that's when we maybe approach the cruise ship companies and say, hey, we're working as a team now. The Port of San Diego, the Port of Ensenada, Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlán, working together to bring tourism back to the entire region. So we all share basically a common goal. That's basically why we're here. We're going to do a 2-hour radio show tomorrow morning in the United States. It'll be live on the internet. It's been published for the last 2 weeks in press releases. Pete Gray has been also announcing on the previous shows a great advertisement for this. This is probably going to be one of the biggest listened to radio shows that we've ever had for his organization. But we think that this is really going to set the stage for tourism. And you know, there's no promises, but we're all going to work hard. And the most important thing that I personally want to get out of this is friendship and communication with you all down here, and be there for you if we can ever be of service or assistance. So with that, if I could, I'd like to go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves, and then maybe we can have some of our guest speakers.